How's you doing? How's you doing, YouTube? Listen, I'm gonna talk a little bit about this Smurf podcast, and I'm gonna give my opinion on it. Um, I'm gonna be honest with you, right? He, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, to me, it seemed like he flip flopping. You know what I mean? He's saying stuff now because everybody's going at 50. There's like 70 people right now going at 50, right? So it's almost like now that every monkey see, monkey do, now that he sees somebody else doing something, now he got to step up to the plate. And I think a lot of it had to do with when Black Child said he don't know. He almost like put Smurf on the spot. And then right after Black Child's interview, I noticed Smurf been talking up more now. But yeah, there's like 70 people going at 50. So everybody's, it's like nobody would go at 50 one-on-one, you know? But they all want to jump now on the bandwagon when it's like 70 of them. You got comedians, actors, you even got sports analysts, rappers, rapper affiliates. They're all going at 50 now. Let's go see what Smurf has to say, because this is just, to be honest with you, he talks all this stuff like he's solid, blah, blah, blah. Listen, Smurf's problem, he got a big mouth, right? If you want to know the truth. That's why I think 50 didn't want him around. Plus, he was hot-headed. He was impulsive. He might do stuff that jeopardize them and take them down. He was wild. Smurf was wild. Now, I'm not saying that I'm not saying he's a punk, like he won't shoot, he won't bang his hammer and none of that. I believe he would, especially when he was younger. But there's more to being a gangster than just being a crash out banging your hammer. You know what I mean? There's more to life and when you're rapping and being in the business than, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Hold on. Let's go see what Smurf has to say.
I'm just enjoying what's going on.
Hold on. I think, hold on. What do you mean he's getting bullied? By who?
By YN. By YN. The young boy King is on his ass. Like, he going in, man. Like, King ain't playing. King standing on business, man. Regardless if he young or what. Y'all looking at it like, oh, he young. Y'all just got to understand hip-hop is a young sport. Like, that's why most of these old guys is happy to have longevity. And some of them don't even want to rap no more. So he's 21. He's a grown man. So I like what he's doing. He's standing on business. He putting that payment. He trolling.
Now, listen. If he's going to say he's standing on business, right? A punk. Because now you're losing credibility, Smurf. Now you're saying that this dude's a YN, a spoiled rich kid that got no hood in him, right? Now you're going to come up here and insult us by saying he's going at 50 and blah, blah, blah. When you say stuff like that, your credibility goes out the window, just like your credibility when you talk about 50. You can't say nice things about 50 and respect him in a sense, like you said he ran a block, you know, he was a fighter, his gun game wasn't crazy, but everybody almost feared him, blah, blah, blah. You can't go on a talking rant for 20 years and then switch up your rant since everybody else is coming out going against 50. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. And then he's saying now that King is going at 50 and like he's losing credibility. He doesn't realize it. He's using the same talking points now. Open your ears now. You're going to hear Smurf using the same talking points that 70 other people are using. This is an orchestrated attack against 50 Cent. I mean, if I edited this right and did all the videos, people would be flabbergasted. Because if you really pay attention, it's almost 70 people all at the same time going at 50. This is definitely orchestrated. They're getting paid. These people are getting paid. I don't know how much, but they're getting paid. Trust me.
Something like that. I like that.
You know, I did see what you wrote on your IG too.
Yeah.
You said something about like, yo, man, you better take in the same energy. Like, yo, when they.
Yeah, because remember when Irv Gotti passed away, he did the same thing. He was mocking Irv death. disrespecting herbs, smoking on an herb pack. And I posted, like, see how the universe works?
Right.
That's karma for you. Now niggas smoking on your mama. You see how the universe works?
No.
I said I wanted a pack. I was just trolling. But if I'll taste it if they send it. But, you know,
No.
I was just trolling.
No, Smurf. But it's different, though, bro.
It ain't different, man. If you know your mother dead, right? If your mom's dead, don't play with other people's mother. Because you got to take what come with it.
Right.
You understand what
Now
I'm
this
saying?
is crazy right here. He's
Different, bro.
he's losing me now because listen, all 50 did, right? All 50 did was post a pic of T.I.'s wife, Tiny, or whoever she is. Post a pic that you could get, anybody could get online, right? Anybody could get that pic. I believe she was up on stage with a mic at a concert doing whatever. I don't even know what she was doing, right? So it's either her photographers are taking those pics, posting them up online. Other people are posting those pics up online. Anybody could get those pics online, right? Anybody could get those pics online. It's not like 50 hired a photographic team to go stalk her out and take some pics of her and then repost them up online making fun of her. No, he's using the pics that her photographers took and reposted it. Now he's talking. He's mixing up apples and oranges. Smurf is losing me. Now he's saying that a murdered open air drug dealing woman, right, that got murdered, possibly by the Preem team or Fat Cat, whichever one, I don't know, right? I'm not gonna speculate, but she was an open air drug dealer in a crack house, right? She got murdered, right? That's apples and oranges to talking about a live young kind of middle-aged woman. Maybe she's like 47, right? Using the pics of her that she posted, that her people posted, that her fans posted, right? Compare that to a murdered victim, right? A woman that, you know, was in the drug game, blah, blah, blah. A young woman who was murdered and slain. This is apples and oranges. Smurf is losing it, man. I lost a lot of respect the past few interviews he's done. Because he's saying now he's some street dude. I really believe 50 when 50 said he doesn't know what he's talking about. And I understand now I understand 50. The more I listen to 50 and talking about Smurf, the poor kid don't know what he's talking about. If you really, no kid would sign over the $1.7 million business back to 50 if he had a brain cell. You know what I'm trying to say? This kid is not wrapped too tight. That's why he was manipulated to be 50 shooter and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And that's another thing that Smurf is making it seem like 50 is the only guy that from the, you know, ran a block that was in that gangster life that had manipulated young kids. Listen, anybody from the street will tell you they all use young kids to do their dirt. Even back in the day, selling their dope, banging the hammers out, being their shooters. They did that for a reason, right? They did that for a reason because they figured that they wouldn't get as much jail time, right? So Smurf is talking like somebody that, like, he's missing some brain cells because every gangster did that shit. Supreme had his younger cousin do it, Prince. I mean, everybody had that youngin' around them. That's why they call them young gunners, yo. You know what I mean? Like, he's talking crazy right now. It doesn't even make sense what he's talking about.
Look at all the people this man hurt, traumatized, put family through. Like, look what he do to people. Look what he do to his own peoples. Look what he do to people's family. Look what he do to his own family. And
I don't even know what he's talking about right now. This is crazy.
He got to take what come to him.
What the hell is he talking about?
It's not going to be easy. When his time comes, his fall is going to be hard. When God get a hold of him, it's going to be hard. He's going to fall hard. The universe just ain't ready for him yet. They just give him a little of the taste of his medicine. But when he falls, he's going to fall hard. Look at all the people he hurt and abused for years. Why nobody talking about that? Look at all the females that reported abuse on him. Both baby mothers.
See? Now, when he just said right here proves that what I've been thinking all along, that Diddy is paying all these 70 people to all come out at once, right? And if you notice, everything that I'm saying aligns if you really pay attention. Diddy's connected to French Montana, right? Who does French Montana connected to? Rick Ross, right? Who would you say had a closer relationship to, I don't know, like, all right, so you had the Rick Ross, right? Then you had Benzino, obviously was close with Diddy in a sense of, because he had the publishing company, blah, 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 right? Then you got the accusations of T.I. now, right? T.I. obviously was kind of close with Diddy, right? Then you had all these other people that were affiliated with Diddy, right? Now look at the opposite way. You had Cameron and Mace. They're not friendly with Diddy, right? They're more with 50's side, right? So it's almost like you can see the allies in this thing. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna see Cameron and Mace going at 50. You'll see the people on the opposite, the ones that got beef with Cameron and Mace, like a Jim Jones, like a Mano. Those are all Team Diddy. Those are the ones that are going at 50 right now. The Fabulous. Remember the birthday party thing where Fabulous is there and he said, why we ain't party like that? Blah, blah, blah. You got the Meek Mills, you got the Rick Rosses, you got the Jim Jones, you got the Dave East, you got the Manos, you got the Fabulouses, you got the Ja Rules. Ja Rules was in that cloth of the Jay-Z's and the Diddy alliances and all that stuff, right? So this guy's making it seem like almost right now, my perspective is almost like he got paid off by Diddy or a Jay-Z now to go at 50. And he's basically, if you hear it, you can read between the lines that there's an alliance right now. It doesn't take that much street smarts to put it together as a puzzle. This is an orchestrated effort. All 70 of these people, right? All to go at 50 Cent. He's basically saying this is his time. He's getting a taste of his medicine. He just let it out. That 50 abused woman, that he did this to woman. So he's making a case now for Diddy. You get what I'm trying to say? He's making a case now for Diddy, like 50 was doing that about Diddy, but he's got his own problems with women. You know what I'm trying to say? All right, here we go.
Look at all the staff and his workers. He took advantage of. Says medicine, but when he falls, he's gonna fall hard. Ain't no different, bro. This nigga, look at all the people this man hurt, traumatized.
This is the Diddy aspect.
Like, look what he do to people. Look what he do to his own people. Look what he do to people's family. Look what he do to his own family.
Now look at what he said about his own people. You heard that? That's another talking point that everybody's doing. You got Ja Rule. You got Chris Gotti. Chris Gotti said, yeah, it's black men. Ja Rule, why you going against black people, blah, blah, blah. Ja Rule always makes the connections, right? Then you got this, you got that, right? Then you got Black Child saying that 50's a racist, that, he does this, he does that, right?
And people's feeling sorry for this guy. He got to take what comes to him, because his death is not going to be easy. When his time comes, his fall is going to be hard. When God get a hold of him, it's going to be hard. He's going to fall hard. The universe just ain't ready for him yet. They just give him a little of the taste of his medicine. But when he falls, he's going to fall hard. Look at all the people he hurt and abused for years. Why nobody talking about that? Look at all the females that reported abuse on him. Both baby mothers. Look at all the staff and his workers he took advantage of. But remember, they make people sign gag orders. So a lot of people can't talk about it. But I could talk about everything.
See what he just said there? He's referencing Shaniqua Tompkins. Now it's speculated that 50 Cent made her sign a non-disclosure agreement, blah, blah, blah. And 50 puts this in place to keep his reputation clean. And listen, again, Smurf talks about stuff he has no clue to talk about. He wasn't there. I think he wasn't there past 2004, if I'm not mistaken, right? So anything past that he doesn't know what he's talking about. And when he was with 50, when he was youngin', he was young. You know what I mean? I like, come on, man. Like, he talks about 50 ran the block. He's going back on everything he said. He said, yeah, 50 ran the block. You was pumping crack in you was pumping crack and heroin in 93, 94, 95. You was pumping for 50 on 134 and Guy Brewer. It's out of his mouth, not mine. Do your research, right? All these people, all 50's enemies, all respected him back then, right? He said, oh yeah, his gun game wasn't crazy, but he knocked dudes out. That he was this big boxing ninja, and he was this, he was that, he was getting it in. Nobody messed with him. He was a neighborhood bully. Everybody feared him, blah, 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 right? He always says this stuff, right? Now, I have different thoughts on this. I believe now people feel that 50's up there in age and he's making so much money that they feel that they can come at him now, especially with the backing of a Diddy or a Jay-Z, because they feel that he's not a threat anymore, right? He's not young anymore. He's not poor anymore. He's not about that life anymore because he's such a mogul now. You know, he's doing Power, he's doing BMF, he's doing this, he's doing that, he's doing television shows. You know what I mean?
Because I'm not an industry nigga, I'm a street nigga. That's the difference between me and them. I can say whatever, do whatever. Because a nigga can't sue me. I don't even got a bank account. So where y'all gonna sue? You there? Yeah.
But like, I feel like, like he's traumatized too in a certain way where like they try to kill him, like literally,
All right, so if they try to kill you, humble yourself, bro. You can't be getting on like this big bad gangster and you ain't putting no work in, you hiding behind police, and now you hiding behind the keyboard.
Now this is just crazy. Smurf, again, doesn't make sense when he talks. Now, listen. He loves saying that 50 Cent went to the Poconos, right? That this is the big thing. Everybody loves saying it. As soon as he got shot up, he went and hid. Listen, from an Irish Street kid's perspective, right? I'm going to give it to you raw, right? If I was hit up like 50, and I get shot outside my grandmother's house, and they know where I live, and the shooting happened right outside my grandmother's house, I would have to have 1% brain cells in my head to stay at that house, especially if I'm recuperating and I haven't gotten better yet, and I'm on bed rest, and I got to stay in bed, and I got to rehabilitate myself for about 6 to 8 months. Even up to a year, because getting shot 9 times, and I don't care how many times he got shot. You get shot 5 times and up, you're out for like a good year. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, but he didn't get shot here. Listen, he got shot in his mouth, right near his tongue. One false move he got shot in the face, right? He gets shots in the leg. That could have hit a carotid artery. He's got shot here, there, everywhere, right? Listen. Smurf does not know what he's talking about. If you get shot outside your grandmother's house, right? I'm going to say this again for the last time. And the shooters know where you live. And let's just say 50 didn't go to the Poconos, right? And let's just say, yeah, he's in bed rest, right? Because let's be honest, you get shot 9 times, you're not up and walking right after you get out of the hospital. I mean, do these people have any street smarts at all? Like, I just want to know, like, where did they, I don't even know how these people got brains. Like it takes a good year to recuperate after getting shot. Like, now some people might say, oh, I got shot, blah, blah, and I was up and ready the next day. Good for you. You didn't get shot 9 times, all right? So, when you get shot and you get hit up like that, you're out of commission for a good year. Not only that, when you get back, you got to go to rehab. You got to walk around. That's a traumatizing experience. So if you go back to where you just got shot and you're rehabilitating yourself at that same spot, you ain't got no street smarts, bro. Because when you're laid up and you can't move and you can't really walk that good, and they go in your house and they start banging them hammers, what are you going to do? Like, do these people have any brain cells? I mean, it's probably me, mate. Don't take my opinion. Don't take my opinion. I'm just speaking from, a perspective, might be different than your perspective. But if that was me, hell yeah, I'd be at the Poconos. And it wouldn't be because I'm running. It's because I'm going to get rehabilitated. I'm going to get myself back in strength. Because what good am I if I'm walking in a wheelchair, walking around with a cane, and I can't do nothing, and some dude goes and finishes the job? I mean, come on, man. Does this guy Smurf got a brain cell? He's making me sick when he talks.
That's not gangster, bro.
I see
Yo,
it.
bro.
Yeah.
If niggas try to kill you, cool. Go put some work in then, or shut the fuck up.
Now, this is another thing he's talking. This is crazy, right? Now, if 50 didn't have any optimal, like if he was a dead rapper, right? Let's just say, all right, he's right, blah, 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 right? He's not, it's not going to work, right? Now, in my opinion, if 50 didn't get signed, right? If 50 didn't get signed in 2002, 2 years after the shooting, 1,000,000% 50 would have put in that work himself. 1,000,000%. I have no doubt about it. If 50 didn't get signed that quick to Eminem and Dr. Dre and, whatever, make it, 100%. So this guy's talking crazy. He only had, so he gets shot in what, 2000, right? Or 99, 2000. Takes a year to recuperate. So give him that. So, all right, so 2001, the mid of 2001. He gets signed in 2002. So he only had like 6 to 8 months on the street. What do you think? Preem's going to be a sitting duck for him? He even admits that they went on a spin out. They went looking for him. He went looking for him. Preem talks about a gas station shooting, right? That he thinks that 50 Cent was a part of, tried to kill him, was shooting at him. I mean, this is all documented. Do your research. Preem was worried. He was feared. Preem was fearing for his life. This kid doesn't make sense. Did 50, now here's the truthful part. Did 50 manipulate this kid to be his shooter? From my perspective, absolutely. Absolutely. That's what it is. When you're the lead singer of something and you're switching your lifestyle up and you go from running a block, selling drugs, and you're the boss, say like you're the boss of the mob, right? And you're running the block, right? I don't know any world, unless somebody's shooting at them first, that they're gonna be the shooter in that sense. They always give it to the soldier, the associates. You know what I mean? Same with running a block, drug business. The one that's running it ain't gonna be the shooter. You got different people that play a position. You know what I mean? You got the guy in the walkie-talkie, the lookout. You got the shooter. So Smurf is talking just crazy right now. He doesn't even make sense. All I smell is shit when he talks.
With M and Dre, he hired 30 police to move with him every day. Y'all forgot?
All right, so M and Dre, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Listen, Jimmy Iovine provided security for him. Right? He provided that. So I don't even know what Smurf is just bitter right now. I'm not going to break down every little thing he's saying. He's bitter. He's bitter. He's bitter.
That nigga did more for the fucking government and the NYPD and the LAPD.
Now he's just painting the narrative, just like the narrative that he's a rat, that he had, all the fake paperwork that Tasha K, who was from Atlanta, right? The same Tasha K that's from Atlanta, or lives in Atlanta, sorry. She might not be from Atlanta, but she lives in Atlanta, right? The same Tasha K that owes a favor for Ja Rule because she was the one that put out the fight of Ja Rule getting jumped on stage, right? So Ja Rule gives the fake paperwork to Tasha K because Ja Rule can't give it to T.I. and T.I. can't say he got it from, he can't say that he got it from Ja Rule or else the credibility dies. So he's got to have a mediator give it. So that was Tasha K. And since she's a fake reporter or whatever the hell, she was the one that broke it and they, did it that way. And T.I. wasn't the one that brought it to light. T.I. cowardly had his son, King, disclose it. You know what I mean? This whole thing, they're all cowards when they go in at 50. Jim Jones don't want it with him. Mano don't want it. All these people, they talk, you know, it's funny because do I think 50 does this on purpose, starts beefs with shit? Yeah, hell yeah, I do. 100%, because it creates a buzz, blah, blah, blah. But I think he's so much about that life, he's not worried about, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you ever see those people that, you know, I know it's going to sound crazy, but they like it. They feed off it. I believe 50's one of those dudes that feeds off it. That's because he's so used to, he's not used to peace and calm and, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's almost like an addiction. You know what I mean? Like, when you're on the block all day long, that's the excitement. All right. You ever remember, you know, you're on the block and you want to see who's tougher and you want to, that's the talks that I had as a kid. Where I'm from, that was the talks when I was a kid. When I was like, all right, who's this guy? I think I could beat this dude up. Who did he fight? That was like the thing at the school. Like, oh, who did he fight? Oh, he ain't shit. He's a bitch. Blah, 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 blah. And it was all about who's the toughest. That was the thing when I was in elementary and middle school and younger, high school. Then it kind of died off, you know, as you get a little bit older. But that was the talk, is who was the toughest, blah, blah, blah. How many fights did he? Who did he fight? When did he fight? Did he win? Did he lose? Blah, blah, blah. Who was there? Who seen it? Who, you know, this guy says he did it. This guy said he won, blah, blah, blah. All right, let's go see. I'm going to test myself. I think I could beat him up, blah, blah, blah. You see him, blah, blah, blah. It's on, blah, blah, blah. It's almost like, and plus he's got that boxing background, so he knows, he knows it's on. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, so not only that, he's got the aura, he's got the people, even his enemies who says he was like that. Now all this, the enemies and, you know, even, you know, people that said he was a gangster back in the day and he did this back in the day, now they're coming out now all of a sudden, now that he's got all this money and he did the Diddy documentary and everybody's going at him now. Mysteriously, they forgot about what they said 20 years ago for 20 years. You know what I'm trying to say?
Ghetto of the community. He put more money in their pockets than he ever did for any ghetto community. What he did for Queens, he put flowers in Bakesley. What he really did. Y'all be jacking a nigga that don't really be holding it down, and that's why I get upset. And I'm not speaking like a hater. I'm speaking all facts. That nigga got the fucking government more money than he ever did for any ghetto or any hood, bro.
He didn't do the 40. He didn't come to the 40s and then
had a concert and then lie to everybody like he bringing niggas together. And what happened after that? All them niggas still in the projects, bro.
He knows, this dude knows that he's full of shit. He can even see through it. That's why he's shaking his head. He can't believe what Smurf's saying. Come on, man. There's only so much shit somebody could take.
Or make it look like they doing something. You gotta understand these industry niggas, man. They don't do nothing genuine, bro. They do this shit for a purpose, and they gotta benefit them. If it ain't benefiting the artist, they not fucking with it. If it ain't benefiting them, bro, let's be for real. These industry niggas, all of them is fake. I ain't holding back on this interview. I was gonna come on a different approach, a humble approach, but I gotta keep it real, because I see a lot of niggas ain't standing up. A lot of these niggas are scared. That's why I said I respect the king, because he doing what a lot of grown niggas supposed to been doing, but these industry niggas is pussy. What? They respect money. I never respected money. That never been my MO. My MO is respect over money any day, my G.
So bang.
You gotta remember, I'm a field nigga. I got a field nigga slave mentality. These industry niggas, these entertainers, these athletes, so all of them, they house niggas, bro. That's why they in these positions, bro.
So let me ask you, if you was still with 50, would you, this whole time, would you have still felt like that?
Hell yeah, I would have been telling them, because I don't feel comfortable around police. Even when police came around the first time when I was around, I used to be like, yo, Fifth, man, what's up with this police nigga? I got my gun and shit on. He like, yo, just don't worry about it. I used to be like, all right. I was always feeling a way, bro. I told y'all this in the early. I started feeling a way when shit started to change. And I was the only nigga speaking up. Like the fight with me and Marcus, the road manager.
Yeah.
Before we got into that, it was mad altercations, like shit like this, right? our food on our tour bus will come up short. So me and my niggas gotta share McDonald's. So I don't like that. So I'll speak up about it to 50 and everybody else. And they'll look at me like, nah, man. Like, I shouldn't say nothing about it. I should just split a burger with a bunch of killers, you right? But we got the #1 record in the world selling all this motion, and I got my own fucking money to talk about. Why me and my niggas sharing McDonald's burgers? Not even a Big Mac, the little cheeseburger.
Oh, come on.
So there's a lot of shit going on the road, swear to God. So that's what made my animosity build up towards Marcus. So when he started beefing with Jaffe, I looked like it was an opportunity to get some steam off my chest. And this is why I got upset with 50, because he keep lying to the world and keep lying to y'all like he used to sit us down and tell us no fighting amongst each other. That's a lie. He never had that as no fucking rule or none of that. So that nigga be capping and y'all believe in anything he said. He never, ever once told us, yo, no fighting amongst each other. And I looked at it like Marcus is not one of us. He's a working nigga. He ain't in the trenches where we from. But shout out to Marcus. Me and him good now. But I'm just talking about back then. So this is the kind of petty shit I used to have to go through. But when I step up or say something about it, is I'm an issue. Nah, nigga, I'm just a good nigga. And I still want to know to this day why me and my killers was sharing McDonald's burger, nigga. The little flap, not even a Big Mac. The little joint.
So you telling me like a person like Yayo was dealing with all that too, or he was getting...
Yayo was in jail, but Yayo is not like that. Like, I don't know why y'all think like Yayo was something. Yayo is not like that. That's why Yayo could sit around 50 and take that abuse. Because Yayo not like that. When we was in the hood, he's not like that. You think Yayo could fight? Yayo's not a fighter. Yayo...
Now, this is probably the only thing real he said. You know what I mean? Listen, man, like I have no skin in the game, bro. If I see something real, I'm gonna, all right, this dude makes sense. Like 50 couldn't have a yes man that like a Smurf. You know what I mean? Like if Smurf is really got this energy the whole time, I can see why 50 didn't want him around and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Listen, Smurf. If Smurf is complaining about McDonald's and the burgers and stuff, why didn't he just go get his own? I understand they're on a tour bus and blah, blah, blah. But listen, I'm sure whoever's the food manager or whatever the hell they, hey, man, give me this, man. I want this, blah, blah, blah. Get me this. I don't want that. I'm sure they would have made an accommodation if he was respectful and said, hey, man, I can't take these little cheeseburgers, But that's a small issue. But when he talks about Yayo, I think he's got a point here because, listen, if another 50 was under 50 and his hype man, he couldn't have that dude as a yes man. You know what I'm trying to say? Now, do I think Yayo was a hustler? Do I think he was, out hustling? Yeah, I do. I think he was a hustler. I don't think he was a fighter. I agree with him. And but I do believe, when he was young, like Smurf, he was getting it in. You know what I mean? But obviously 50 molded Yayo because he knew he could control him. You know what I mean? So I think Bang'em Smurf, like I said, I'm going to give you the raw perspective. I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. I have no skin in the game. I believe I believe Bang'em Smurf is making a valid point here. I believe Yayo is so loyal because 50 knows, listen, if 50 knows that he would listen to him, you know what I mean? Like, if 50 had another 50 under him and he was in Yayo's position, he couldn't control that because he's coming matching his energy. So what I think Bang'em's saying, I agree with. But I think Bang'em went about it in a real wrong way. I think 50 knew his opportunity and he wasn't going to throw it away over no dumb shit. You know what I mean? If you ever hear the Supreme Team say they masters in self-defense, they're not blah, blah, blah. I mean, they say that because, they got to say that, especially if they're doing, hits and, murders and blah, blah, blah. But I honestly don't think unless, especially when it's outside. When 50 got this deal, right? He had a game plan. I really believe that. I believe that, you know, he did not want to go back to the hood, right? He didn't want to live that lifestyle again because he seen it was a dead end. He didn't want to be out there running a block, pumping dieseling hard. You know what I mean? Always fighting and this and that. Not that he didn't like and enjoy it, but that's not something you're supposed to do for years. He understood that. I don't think Smurf understands that. Smurf doesn't know how to adapt. He's still living in the past. He's still mad at 50 for not keeping it, you know, real in certain situations. Like he said, he was mad that the cops... Listen, 50 was signed to Dr. Dre, right? And Eminem. They're his prize commodity. They're going to protect 50 Cent at all costs. It's not like 50 could say, all right, we don't want this, blah, blah, blah. Listen, they got a lot of money behind 50 promoting him, making this. They knew about the Supreme Team hit. They knew about Preem. They knew that he got shot 9 times. If I was Jimmy Iovine and I was Dr. Dre and Eminem, I would have police detail on my commodity too. Because that's what 50 Cent is. He's a commodity. He's their profit, right? So even Eminem says he's got undercover cops that can legally pop you. So if there is a shooting and they got a few undercovers and mixed in with some street dudes, they can retaliate if there was a shooting. And 9 times out of 10, they're not going to get charged because they got police that can validate, you know, what went on. That's adapting. That's not like Smurf. I get what Smurf is saying, but he's not adapting to what 50 had a bigger goal. You know what I mean? Like Smurf. I get Smurf. I get his point a little bit here, but he's not thinking rationally. He's living in the past. He was so young. I believe that's a lot of it had to do. I think if Smurf was a little bit older, you know, a little bit wiser, none of this shit would have happened. I think he would have been smart enough to see, all right, I get it. It's Jimmy Iovine's, because Jimmy Iovine and Dr. Dre. Let me tell you something. 50 did not hire those undercovers or whoever. Trust me. That was because he was a commodity. 100%. And I'm not just, I know that for a fact. Now, do I think that he liked it? Of course, who wouldn't? That's free security. My managers, my people that sign me, they're looking out for me. All right. And I ain't got to worry about this. Listen, and nobody sells drugs unless they have to. Nobody's doing shootings unless they have to. Nobody glorifies being a gangster. You know what I'm trying to say? Nobody. If you're glorifying being a gangster, then you miss the ball. That's something that you're born into. That's something that you know your circumstances just so happen to be. You know you had no other options. You know what I mean? That's, you know, now some people do aspire to be a gangster. Blah blah blah. They're entertain. You know, blah blah. You know what I mean? But that's not something. And anybody that goes away to college knows that's not something that's supposed to last forever. You do your 3 to 4, you do your 3 to 9, you get home, you change, you try to change. You can't change. You know, some people, they can't because they can't adapt to the outside, so they fall in the old ways again and they go right back. Smurf is one of those people. I don't think I understand what 50 meant when he said he doesn't know what he's talking about. I really believe that now. When 50 said Smurf doesn't know what he's talking about, 100% believe what he's trying to say.
Bro, but this is what I'm trying to tell you. That's why he could take this kind of treatment, because he's not a militant character. He's a guy that would take abuse. He can't function on his own. He needs 50 to function. Y'all remember a few years ago, that's why I be telling y'all got short-term memory. You remember a few years ago, 50 had that nigga in the hood selling nickel bags of weed and shit for 2 years? Because Yayo was fucking up. Yayo literally had to get back on his knees and beg to get back. That's the only reason 50 accepted him back, bro. He had to get on his knees and beg. Nah, man, I'm a man, bro. Yayo was not like that, so when we talking about anything street shit or anything militant, don't mention Yayo name. Yayo is, even when we was in the hood, I'm not talking bad about it, niggas, the truth. Yayo not like that. Yayo used to get hit upside his head and shit in the hood like niggas. Yayo not like that. So he'll take that abuse.
But what you think about that situation with the Yayo and Uncle Murder with the
Like
child?
I said, these niggas, everything is content, bro. Every niggas doing this shit for the internet. Everything is a joke to niggas, right? That's how the whole world live. Nobody takes shit serious. Like me, I'm not with none of that play shit. I'm not on playtime. I'm always on go, and I'ma always be on go. I don't play like that, you heard? If I see a op anywhere, we popping on them in front of police and on the plane, wherever. That's how it go, bro. Like
That's why I thought it was weird. Like they do.
yeah, these niggas be acting like they gangsters, always on site, is on site. And then when you see a nigga, you pull your phone out. Like, come on, son. And Uncle Murder don't he got a nigga who ain't like that talking to him like that on his
Oh,
podcast.
come on, man.
You don't see how that nigga be playing with Uncle Murder violating that nigga. That nigga Murder looking like a clown on that podcast. Cause we all know Yayo not like that. So if you're supposed to be a killer, if he's it's contact, so you rather have a nigga belittle you, take you out of character for contact. Nah, me, my nigga.
No. It just shows only me and you could do it because me and him is cool like that.
Okay. Looking back, because Yayo not like that. Yayo ain't supposed to be playing with nobody like that. He get thrown in bushes and shit.
Oh, yo, come on.
I witnessed Yayo get thrown in puddles, all kind of shit.
He's talking about, see, man, this is what he's talking about when 50 threw Yayo in the bush. You know what I mean? This dude's, I don't know.
And you know why I'm doing this to Yayo?
Why?
Because I extended my hand for years. And them niggas still act like I don't exist. And me and Yayo never had an issue. He was in jail when me and 50 fell out, you dig?
Yeah,
Yayo used to sleep on my couch, you heard? Yayo used to wear my drawers when he was on the run, you heard?
No.
What you mean, no? It's all facts, my nigga. That's why I said niggas got... I've been talking all this shit since I was in the town, my nigga. I've been the same way since...